Hey everybody! It's another day. Today, like all of the others, was really, really good. We started out the day, once again, too early for my taste, but whatever, that's beside the point. We went to Salisbury and got to see the cathedral there, which is, well, hundreds and hundreds of years old. I believe 800 years old, to be precise. Um, Virtually as old as the Magna Carta, which we also got to see today, which was really amazing. It was a teeny tiny document, smaller than you would imagine. And the print was like, dee 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 dee. Look at us, we can write really small. We're British. We do what we want. We limit the power of the monarch. Um, it was really great. So the chapel is on this hill, and it sits on top of this ground with a bunch of water, and apparently if there stops being water under this building and the ground dries out, it'll make the foundation fall apart and the entire thing will come tumbling down. Uh, okay, that was a strange sound. So every day they have somebody check the water levels to make sure that the building isn't going to fall apart. And so we were there, we got to see them do this, and sure enough, the water is still there. Salisbury Cathedral lives to face another day. What's really cool is that every single day, on top of the hour, they have a prayer service, and they've done this for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Every single day, every hour, somebody will say, "It's time to pray." And they do the Lord's Prayer. They do a prayer for the world and for the country, and of course for the Queen, which God help her, bless God, save the Queen, all that jazz. It was really cool. And so of course I took a picture with the rector. What was really interesting about the cathedral is that it's still a regular church, and they still have a regular preacher. It's the seat of the Bishop of Salisbury, but it's still a regular old church. People show up on Sundays and get baptized there. Their baptismal font is amazing. It's massive, this huge thing, and water is continually pouring out of it from all four corners. And in between the corners, there's verses or quotes from the book of Isaiah, and these crosses with ash and holy oil were placed there by Rowan Williams when he was the Archbishop of Canterbury. It's a really cool cathedral. So we walked all around that and got to see where all these really famous British people were buried, because it's cool to be buried in a cathedral, including one of the former prime ministers. It was awesome. The Magna Carta room was amazing. It was just this beautiful room, and each side of the room had stained glass on the walls, except for the immediate wall. The one that you walk into doesn't. Instead, it has this giant Jesus overlooking the Magna Carta. And just like, this democracy thing is cute and all, but I'm Jesus Christ. Bow and worship. It was great. And the position that Jesus is in, it's Christ enthroned in glory, which is also a really beautiful Eastern Orthodox icon, if ever you want an icon. The one I would recommend. It's actually the background on my phone. Jesus enthroned in glory. So while we were there, I ran into an Aggie and his sister, the Longhorn, so we, of course, posed for a rivalry picture, because I had on my Baylor blackout shirt and my Baylor scarf, so that was fun. And then we went and did lunch in the town of Salisbury, and I had cheese chips, which is basically cheese fries, and had brownie, because I'm not a grown-up, and I just eat whatever I want. Which I'm sure my body will thank me for later. We went to the Church of St. Thomas, and it has this painting of doom. So on one side of this giant painting that stretches throughout the church hall, there's heaven, and on the other side there's hell, and it shows what happens if you're a sinner in the hands of an angry God. a sermon by Jonathan Edwards. And it has like this little dunce character, kind of like the Joker, throwing people in the mouth of a dragon. And then on the other side, there's all these naked people just like in baths, living it up. And Jesus is there, of course, enthroned in glory, as he tends to do. It was great. So we left Salisbury and went to Stonehenge, which is like 20 minutes away. And you just like are driving through all of this farmland, and then there's this little path you take, and there's this beautiful building that's very modern. It was built like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, and that's the new Stonehenge Center. And you go through there, hop on a little tram, or what did he call it, a land train, and they drive you up, and then you can see it. It's just there. This old, ancient structure that's older than the entire New Testament, older than Jesus' human life. What is it? Something like 3000 BC. Most of the Bible hadn't even been written when Stonehenge was erected. And it's just there, and you can walk around it. Of course, the first time it rains, in our entire trip, it rains on us when we're at Stonehenge, and it's super windy and super cold. So I'm like running and trying to get as many pictures as possible, but also getting soaking wet and really cold. But it was great. We got to see Stonehenge, and I don't know why I felt overwhelmed by it. It's not really related to John Wesley in any way, shape, or form. Unless, of course, John Wesley stepped on the stones to preach, which I don't put anything past him at this point. But it's just beautiful, and really good to see, really cool to just experience these giant collection of stones that thousands and thousands of years ago a bunch of human beings moved from Wales to the center of England and erected and dug this trench without shovels and made this fence I think he said something like 6 meters high. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And after Stonehenge, we went back to Bath, and it was like maybe 5 or 6 o'clock. We went to dinner at this amazing Italian restaurant, and it was so tasty. And I know my body's not thankful for all of the dairy I consumed today, but my soul, it's been restored. It was a great day. We had some wine and dessert, the ice cream, the warm chocolate cake. It was a great day to be alive. So yeah, that was Salisbury. That was Stonehenge. Tomorrow we're off to Bristol. It'll be a great day. Good night, everyone.